sure that you have connected to the audio, and from here on he will be guiding you through some of the tools in the application and how one can make the most out of those particular tools in the application. So yeah, meanwhile you guys can also post your queries into the chat box over here, and Mr. Gaurav will definitely assist you upon that. So yeah, meanwhile I'll just forward the controls to Mr. Gaurav. So if you have any queries or any questions, you can definitely post it into the chat box. And from here on, I'll forward the controls to Mr. Gaurav in like couple of seconds.
Thank you, Shubhankar. And from here on, I will take the session. And I'm Gaurav. And today we are looking into the demonstration of the Quantsapp application. We'll see around 3 or 4 tools. We're gonna see how you can use them in a more effective and efficient way. Uh, so I'll tell you the small brief about the concept. So back in 3 years, we have started from almost 9 tools, and now, like in this span of 3 years, we have achieved, not achieved, but we have improved and progressed in a way that today we are in standing at almost 48 tools altogether. Some of the around 30 tools in which is in the free section, and around 17 is in the pro, and one is the premium algorithm tool. So that's one is the concept optimizer tool. So today we are looking into, and if you guys have any particular tools which you want to see, and you want to know in about, so you can also suggest. uh, uh, will take hardly 30 seconds, so if you can post the tools you want me to take today, I'll definitely take that. Or you guys want me to select the tools for the so particularly I have the tools for the today's session. So I'll take the tools. So today we'll see Mr. Rajneesh, that particular tool, or that's a upgradation which will have live very soon. So the what Shubham sir has taken will surely take that particular thing once this tools get live, and hoping so it will get live very soon. Then definitely I will take the tools. So we'll see today about the FNO news. We'll see about the FNO news today, and then open interest. Meanwhile, you can also put the things you want. Triggers, stop and target. And we can also take the gainers and loser if time permits, or the rollover. So these are the tools we are taking today. So we'll start from FNO news. So today's our agenda is to look how we can use these tools, uh, and and we are doing the demo session. So we are looking how you can function those tools. Will understand what the things has been written here, like and how useful they are to you. So we'll proceed by FNO news. So tell me. So we'll try to keep this session as interactive as we can, and I want participants from you guys. Like, I will be asking you questions, like brief questions about some FNO news, like general questions. And I'm hoping so that most of the people are are into FNO in FNO. So if I ask, tell me that approx how many strikes are there in the FNO segment? Strike. So I'm asking you each stock wise and index wise. So if I say that let's take a particular stock, one stock have maybe in the call side six and the put side six, which are actively traded. So there are lots of strikes. I'm just asking about active traded strike. They might be the stocks whose Mr. Milan, I think everyone can hear. Maybe your voice is too low that you can't getting my voice. So if I say ki, okay, for any stock, let's take six, around six, there are the six active strikes. Okay. And if I say, okay, and around there like 140, 43 or 44 total instrument in the FNO, like including index, Fin Nifty, Nifty, Bank Nifty, and all the FNO stocks around 143 or 144 stocks are there, including indices. So we'll go to calculator. So there's a small, let's say one thing. And I say him कि हर एक स्टॉक की छह, we are taking six only, six strikes जो चलती है. So roughly around 800 strikes. So I'm taking three strikes means one at the money, one out of the money, one in the money. Like three strikes in common. And for the call and the three in the put. So around 2000 strike. कम से कम दो लाइक पूरे एफएनओ स्ट्राइक एफएनओ सेगमेंट में 2000 स्ट्राइक्स तो होंगी जो एक्टिवली ट्रेड होती होंगी. दे आर मोर देन दिस, दे माइट बी मोर देन दिस. निफ्टी इंडेक्स की तो काफी ज्यादा आउट डीप आउट ऑफ द मनी इन द मनी में भी ट्रेड होती है. सो वी आर टेकिंग जस्ट एन एवरेज, अज्यूमिंग कि कॉल साइड में 3 स्ट्राइक होती होगी, पुट साइड में ट्रेडिंग होती हुई. और इसे वी कैन मेक अ एस्टिमेट कि ओके बॉस, टोटल 2000 स्ट्राइक्स तो हैं जो ट्रेड तो होती होंगी. मे बी ज्यादा नहीं होती, ज्यादा वॉल्यूम नहीं. बट माई पॉइंट इज हियर दैट इज इट पॉसिबल to track all of those stocks? There are 140 instruments, around 140 इंस्ट्रूमेंट है. उसको ट्रैक करना भी, इज इट पॉसिबल? इज इट पॉसिबल टू ट्रैक ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, लुकिंग इनटू कि हर एक स्टॉक में कैसा मूवमेंट आ रहा है. नॉन लुकिंग इनटू कि ओके, अगर उनके स्टॉक्स में किसी, जैसे मान लो जो कोई स्टॉक है उसमें कोई मूवमेंट आया, तो उस मूवमेंट में ऑप्शंस में, आई मीन कॉल में या पुट में, किस स्ट्राइक पे कितना मूवमेंट आ रहा है. That is very very difficult to do so. And if you ask me ki Gaurav how many you can do so, I will hardly say. At a time I can look for most 6 to 7 or 8 strikes at a time, or maybe 3 or 4 stocks at a time, but not more than that. काफी सारी चीजें होती हैं as a retail person. If you say looking at the target, looking at the stop loss for many of these strikes, that would be very difficult. But FNO News is a tool which gives me a handful resources of looking into कि बॉस, अगर मुझे पूरा मार्केट जानना है और मुझे जानना है कि वो कौन से स्ट्राइक्स है जहां पे देयर आर सर्टेन मूवमेंट्स व्हिच आर गोइंग ऑन, व्हिच आर द स्टॉक्स, और अगर किसी एक स्टॉक के किसी स्ट्राइक्स में किन किन स्ट्राइक में मूवमेंट हो रही है. So FNO News is a tool which helps me out with that. So if I say I did not have any clue कि आज निफ्टी के 14,950, 15,100, 15,300, 15,700 के कॉल ऑप्शन में शॉर्ट बिल्टअप हो रहा है. शॉर्ट बिल्टअप मतलब जहां पे ओआई भी कम हुआ है और प्राइसेस भी कम हुआ है. सो नाउ यू कैन लुक हियर. अब अगर मैं कहूं ये चार स्ट्राइक्स, इन चारों स्ट्राइक का प्राइस ऑलमोस्ट 50% से डाउन है. मैं tracking all this data in one go, it's very difficult. Then tracking the OI, that is more difficult. Here it's just giving me a significant idea कि okay, निफ्टी के कॉल ऑप्शन में शॉर्ट बिल्टअप हुआ है आज इन स्ट्राइक्स में, और फिर वही देखो निफ्टी के पुट ऑप्शन में, इफ यू कैन सी 14,450, 14,500, 14,600, दीज आर दी जिसमें कवरिंग हुई है, शॉर्ट कवरिंग हुई है, पुट ऑप्शन में शॉर्ट कवरिंग हो रही है. देन बैंक निफ्टी के पुट ऑप्शन में कवरिंग हुई है, मतलब ओआई गिरा है पर प्राइजेस बढ़े हैं. सो पॉसिबिलिटी की जो शॉर्ट थे यहाँ पे, वो उनने पोजीशंस कवर करने की कोशिश करी है, दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कवरिंग. देन बैंक निफ्टी लॉन्ग अनवाइंड हो रहे हैं, प्राइस भी गिर रहा है, ओआई भी गिर रहा है. बैंक निफ्टी पुट ऑप्शंस. So these are the things. So it is telling me one second, one second. Sorry for the inconvenience. So if I say कि like looking into most of the things, it's not possible for a single person to do so. But I'm looking here that there are lots of people, like lots of these stocks which had the movement. So this is the one point which I wanted to bring in here कि मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा कि इतने सारे स्टॉक्स में, उनके इतने सारे स्ट्राइक्स में अलग अलग मूवमेंट हो रहा है. So FNO News is a tool which helps you out with all of this, to knowing कि किस स्टॉक में कितना मूवमेंट हो रहा है, किस स्टॉक में, स्टॉक के किस स्ट्राइक में मूवमेंट है. That is more particularly I want to say. Now same wise जो अपन ने देखा वो था about the index. And one thing I want to bring it out, this data get updated in every 5 minutes. तो अभी 5 मिनट में क्या चेंजेस हुए, इट विल गोइंग टू टेल यू. 5 मिनट में किस स्टॉक में कितना मूवमेंट आया, दिस इज व्हाट इज गोइंग टू टेल यू. Looking here and settling our things, if I say कि आज okay, UPL, if you see here, there are lots of movement in the call and put which happened today in the UPL. Lots of changes that came into the UPL stocks and strikes. Let's suppose you were tracking UPL, you would have noticed कि okay, 580 के पुट पे भी, 570 के पुट पे भी लॉन्ग अनवाइंडिंग हो रही है, कॉल पे भी लॉन्ग अनवाइंडिंग हो रही है. ओके, देन अगर आफ्टर ट्रैकिंग वन, हैव यू ट्राइड ट्रैकिंग द अनदर वन, वोल्टास. मुझे आज लिटरली टू बी ऑनेस्ट आई डिड नॉट हैव एनी आइडिया कि वोल्टास में भी कुछ मूवमेंट हुआ हुआ. इफ आई कैन से कि वोल्टास के पुट ऑप्शन में, 900 के पुट ऑप्शन में कवरिंग हो रही है, शॉर्ट कवरिंग, मतलब जो पहले राइटर्स ने पोजीशन बनाई थी, दे आर रिड्यूसिंग देयर पोजीशन. शॉर्ट्स जो ऑलरेडी बिल्ड थे, वो शॉर्ट्स कम हो रहे हैं, ओआई कम हुआ है. और जब वो लोग बाइंग करने आए होंगे, जो पहले जिनने शॉर्ट किया था, दे केम टू बाय, प्राइसेस वेंट अप. सो आई कैन से कि 900 में पुट कवरिंग, शॉर्ट कवरिंग हो रही है, सॉरी, एंड द वोल्टास 1020 कॉल ऑप्शन, आई कैन सी यहाँ पे लॉन्ग अनवाइंडिंग हो रही है. सो एट दिस इस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्राइक में ओआई भी कम हुआ है, प्राइस भी कम हुआ है. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द पॉइंट which helps us to look into, and to look into the whole market, looking into how this particular like I mean to say, in every 5 minutes, what are the actions that are going on. Sometimes it's not sometimes, it's most of the time it helps you to understand the to gauge into the market sentiments as well. And today we saw that we have seen कि बैंक निफ्टी के कॉल में there are lots of long unwinding. पुट में शॉर्ट कवरिंग हो रही थी. क्या बताता है कि जो कॉल राइटर्स थे they are exiting their positions. More if I look from the downside कि जो shorts थे they are also covering their positions. So they are like sort of uncertain, like nervousness which can be seen in the writers. Then if I go TVS Motors, uh, call long unwinding. Titan you can say call long unwinding हुआ, put में short covering हो रहा है. So जिनने भी long positions बनाई थी they are exiting their trade, they are exiting their positions. Short sorry, टाइटन पुट ऑप्शन में जिनने पहले शॉर्ट्स थे अभी वो कवर हो रहे हैं, तो देयर इज अ शॉर्ट कवरिंग दैट इज गोइंग ऑन. You can see the quantum of price change in the Titan 460 call option. The price is almost increased by 500%. That is into the very huge amount. So these are the kind of things what so this is the kind of things and the uh, data provided by the FNO News. So I have a question from Mr. JK. Uh, Question is, can I initiate buy sell based on FNO News? If so, how I should choose strike? How I can trade intraday in future based on news? Please give some example based on present data. Okay, Mr. JK. So I want to clear some few things that Concept is not a trading platform as of now. So you can't really trade from here. And as I have mentioned in the starting of this session, that we are looking into the demonstration part. We are more looking towards how you can use these tools and how beneficiary you can get from it. So more precisely, we are looking that how the market is moving. Before setting up in a trade, I would just want to say that before setting up in a trade, it's better to look into the market sentiments, market participants' bets, because sometimes what happens, what we think, it does not always go as we want to go, and that's why looking and doing the data analysis comes to the more before initiating a trade. And FNO News is giving you the idea. I want to say that FNO News is providing you the data and idea that where at this particular time in the span of 5 minutes कि किस स्ट्राइक पे किस स्टॉक के किस स्ट्राइक पे कितना मूवमेंट हो रहा है. इफ देयर आर लॉट्स ऑफ मूवमेंट गोइंग ऑन दैट स्ट्राइक देन ऑब्वियसली कि उसमें स्टॉक प्राइसेस में भी काफी मूवमेंट हो रहे हो. Then so you can see all the action that is going on into the different stocks. Then if I go to Reliance, the like, so let's search for a specific symbol. So Reliance, we're gonna search. Sorry. So we'll see what changes that happen in the Reliance strikes. So the major changes that came is in the 1960 put option or 1880 call option. तो 1880 के कॉल ऑप्शन में OI मींस द इंक्रीज इन दी ओपन इंटरेस्ट बाय 3200% से. आई हैड नो आइडिया कि ओके रिलायंस के 1880 के कॉल ऑप्शन में अराउंड 3200% से OI बढ़ा है एंड प्राइस फॉल्ड बाय 25%. द शॉर्ट बिल्डअप दैट वाज गोइंग ऑन. देन that's a repeat that's a for the February future, sorry February month. जनवरी के 1880 कॉल ऑप्शन पे भी OI बढ़ा है by 100%. Price change by negatively by around 72% negative. There's again short build up that is going on the call side. Then there was a unwinding that is happening which can be seen in the बाईसो के कॉल ऑप्शन पे. that's the out of the money I think. Reliance का I don't know future price क्या चल रहा है. So I think there's a out of the money Reliance call, there you can see the unwinding that is happening in the Reliance 2200 call option. And then looking at the put option, that is covering that is going on, and long built up is being made in the today's in the 1860 put option. So you can gauge and a perfect knowledge and perfect idea about the like how the market participants are looking into it, how the whole market are placing their bet into any of the stocks or any of the indexes where the activity is going on. So this is what it helps in. Then REC Limited. So we'll search from. Then we have seen the search symbol. Then here is, you can see if you are more interested for the index option, so you'll only get the data regarding the index option. If you are more keen towards the stock option, you can get the data for the stock option. Then futures. So if you want to see any major changes that happen in the future side, you can do so by here. So this is what FNA News helps you to track the uh, price OI action that is happening in different strikes. And then if you, in the last, it tells you LU means long unwinding, SE means short covering, S means shorts build up, and L means long build up. And then right after that, there's a IOP. IOP means index option, SOP means stock option. So you can also bifurcate the data as you want if you are looking only for the index or the stock. So this was about the FNO news, and I would like to summarize within 30 seconds by saying it's just a tool which gives an information कि okay last 5 minute में क्या unusual activity और क्या हलचल हुई है on different strike and what like price OI action क्या रहा है. So this is what the helps you to gauge an idea about. So if you have any questions regarding this tool, please ask me. Then we'll move to the next tool. So Mr. Arpan has a question. Can I make my own list of stocks for this tool? So as of now, Mr. Arpan, there's no listing like where you can make your own list. Hopefully, I will take this suggestion. It's like sort of useful for the users. I will take this suggestion and take this thing upwards. But if you are till now like now you can particularly search for a specific symbol if there's something going on. We'll take obviously Mr. Sure, Mr. Arpan, I will take these things as a feedback. Mr. Manish, can you separate LU and SC? Only LU SC. Okay. Uh, no, Mr. Manish. Still, you can only bifurcate through IOP SOP. So I'll tell you the problem of separating LU and SC. So suppose, so you can only do IOP from the list you have provided me. So you can't separate only LU, only SC, and only IOP. You can do IOP index option. Then now you only have the index. And I'll tell you the problem of segregating LU and SC. So suppose there's a build up going on in a particular stock or index whatsoever. And say if I see here बैंक निफ्टी पुट ऑप्शन के एक में शॉर्ट बिल्टअप हो रहा है और 29,500 के पुट ऑप्शन में 28 जनवरी एक्सपायरी एक में लॉन्ग बिल्टअप हो रहा है. सो इट बिकम्स वेरी the data will be like if you go and analyze this data now, you will get confused कि okay 28,700 के पुट पे लॉन्ग शॉर्ट बिल्टअप हो रहा है और 29,500 पे लॉन्ग बिल्टअप हो रहा है. So if you separate those data now, if you go and separate this data, you will find it in a more difficult way कि कहाँ पे इफ सपोज कि अलग अलग मतलब एक ही स्ट्राइक में जैसे कॉल ऑप्शन में कहीं पे लॉन्ग हो रहा है या शॉर्ट हो रहा है तो यू वोंट एबल टू मेक योर ओन डिसीजन. Separating thing, that's also a point. I will surely take it, but there that particular thing wanted to highlight. And okay, Mr. JK, Mr. JK has a question. Can I have different time frame to check instead of 5 minutes? Can I check what happened in every 30 minutes in place of 5 minutes? Okay, so Mr. One second. Mr. JK, so I'll tell you one simple thing. So like suppose it's a, if you can see it's a 5:29 that sorry 15:29, that's almost 3:30. If I scroll down, it's loading. So I think there's some network issue with my end. It's not going down. So if you scroll down now, so for every 5 minutes, what action has happened, you can see. Like say if I go all, so now you might able to see that what happened in 5:24. If I scroll down more, in the same way, like it's just like a 5 minute snapshot data, and the 5 minutes for every when the data is getting refreshed, the previous ones are getting saved here. So they, you don't have to worry about it. You can see if I say for, I can even say for 15:20. If I scroll down more and more, you can see for every 5 minutes before data. So you don't have to worry about that. It's just like filtering, but we have the provided the filter in the 5 minutes. Okay, so Mr. Manish, you are asking for the Bank Nifty. Okay, to index option Bank Nifty 29,500, 28,700. So you can see for the 20th January 2900 29,500 के put option पे long build up हो रहा है. Long build up means market participants are increasing their positions. The new market participants are coming and buying this contract. That's why OI has increased. So we all know the logic about the OI. If new market participants comes, the OI increases. In a way, price has also increased for this particular strike for the put option. So there's a long going on the put option. But looking downside here, OI also increased, but price has decreased. So that's just a normal long and short what was happened in this particular strike. So most of the things in the FNO based on the price OI action, and you will able to do a lot of things when you will start looking at this data. You'll get to know okay what this particular data is trying to say. Okay, Mr. Harish. So I'll tell you. So we'll take this one. So what happened now when this data is getting like 5 minutes, the data gets updated. Possibility. So I'll give the general idea. So if you see any strike on this particular brown box or slightly on the maroon side, so it tells you कि this is a strike where the lots of action has happened. कुछ ज्यादा ही यहाँ पे movement हुआ है. It can be in terms of OI or the price. अभी क्या होता है कि इफ यू कैन सी निफ्टी 28,200 का पुट ऑप्शन ओआई इज इंक्रीज बाय 1200%. प्राइस चेंज नहीं है बट देयर इज अ ओआई इंक्रीज ऑफ 1200% इन दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्राइक. तो देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी कि जो ओआई बिल्डअप या प्राइस चेंज हुआ है उस टाइम पे था. एंड इफ यू कैन सी हियर आल्सो 31,000 के पुट पे ओआई इज marginally declined but OI price has increased. So it just give an idea कि कहाँ पे मूवमेंट हो रहा है. एंड इफ यू सी समवेयर लाइक कि जहाँ पे इररिलेवेंट है जैसे बैंक निफ्टी 33,200, तो मे बी पॉसिबिलिटी कि यहाँ पे एक्शन हुआ हो और फिर वो एक्शन निकल गया हो. लाइक देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी. सो इन जनरल इट टेल्स यू कि जहाँ कहाँ पे सबसे ज्यादा एक्शन हुआ है, प्राइस हुआ है एक्शन. I think we have cleared lots of question with this tool, and we are also running out of time, so we'll move to the next tool. So we are looking into the open interest side now. So we'll take the Nifty for our example. So this is what we have bring up in the web section. So this is a new UI feature that we have brought up here, and precisely I'll tell you, this is one of the particular open interest chart which I love using it most of the time in the market time. And believe me, this is the section which gives an overall idea and the view of all the market participant. So OI open interest we do check on the various online various sites, and we do analyze our trades into the OI. And most of the people do today, even like not today but from the last so many years, are looking into the open interest, sorry. And this gives them a very significant idea about lots of things. So looking here is giving me an idea that rather than looking at the chain and going through a lot of things, here it's giving me a bird eye view. Okay, if I have Nifty, it's trading at 13,980 somewhere. So this is the future price. In Quantsapp, you won't see any spot prices. All the prices is either from the future or these option prices. So don't get confused that if you say कि निफ्टी तो भाई अभी 13,960 पे है और कॉन्सेप्ट में तो 13,980 लिखा है, तो ऐसा होता है कई बार. बट आई वुड लाइक टू हाईलाइट दैट पॉइंट दैट आप जो भी प्राइजेस देखेंगे दैट विल बी ऑन द फॉर द फ्यूचर साइड, फॉर द फ्यूचर प्राइस. नाउ व्हाई आई एम सेइंग कि दिस इज माय बर्ड आई व्यू. आई कैन से कि आज यहाँ पे इफ यू कैन से on the upper side means out of the money call option mein there's lots of unwinding that had happened. A lots of call unwinding, call writers ने अपनी positions निकाली है यहाँ पे. A lot of unwinding that has happened today. Even for the put, so out of the money put writers are getting out of the money put writers are lose like unwinding their positions, and there's call addition in nearby to at the money. इसका मतलब क्या, जो कॉल राइटर्स आउट ऑफ द मनी थे दे आर शिफ्टिंग लोअर साइड. नो आई कैन एनालाइज हियर. सेम वे जो इन दी मनी पुट राइटर्स थे वो लोग निकल के और नीचे साइड मतलब आउट ऑफ द मनी में हो रहे हैं. even they are shifting their position. So now you can say कि out of the money call writers shifting their position down, out of the money put writers they are also shifting their position down. Now we'll see how I saw this data. If I say let's take this particular 14,400 strike, तो now you can see here ये strike ये बार जो था वो यहाँ तक था almost. यहाँ पे you can see there is a gap in this particular bar. ये ग्रीन बार में यहाँ पे ग्रीन, सो दिस टेल्स मी कि ओपन इंटरेस्ट अभी इसमें कितना है. और ये जो डेटा ये जो फिल हुआ है, जो जो डिप है, ये डिप इंडिकेट करती है कि आज अनवाइंडिंग हुई है, मतलब जो कॉल्स पोजीशंस थी वो कम हुई है. So it's telling me the dip is telling me कि OI has declined. And same with the put 14,400 के I can say कि यहाँ पे भी dip है which indicates the decline in the OI. So this is what I can analyze here and I can see here. Now if I go, let's take this 14,100, which is my at the money. It's not the at the money. This is not my at the money. This is my out of the money for the call, in the money for the put. यहाँ पे I can see there are lots of call addition that has happened on the 14,000. तो आप अगर देखें तो इस बार के स्टार्टिंग में I'll zoom in more 14,100, तो आप देखेंगे यहाँ पे लाइट ग्रीन कलर का शेडेड एरिया है, मतलब ये बता रहा है कि मेरा ओपन इंटरेस्ट कितना था आज सुबह तक. आज मार्केट खुला और इस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में 14,100 में काफी ज्यादा कॉल एडिशन हुए हैं. The green, the highlighted green is telling me the addition of the call. And for the put as well, जो रेड बार था मेरा ओपन इंटरेस्ट आज का इतना था, और ये जो एडिशन हुआ है, आज जो एडिशन हुआ है वो आई कैन सी दैट्स इन पॉप आउट रेड कलर, और ऊपर साइड से यू कैन से ये जो रेड बार था यहाँ पे खाली डिप है, मतलब यहाँ पे मेरा कॉल सॉरी पुट कम हुए. So this is what it helps me to gauge an idea कि जो राइटर्स हैं दे आर शिफ्टिंग लोअर साइड. कैसे पता चला? पोजीशन अनवाइंड हो रही है, नीचे साइड पोजीशन बन रही है. So this is in a complete eye view of open interest. How you can analyze that. You can analyze here that how the market participants are changing their bets, whether they are increasing the positions, whether they are declining their positions. Then you can see the number of shares. So this strike tells you that this number tells you the number of shares. So if I say 14,100 पे around a 41 lakh 47,125 shares, and these are not in the contract, these are in the number of shares, so don't get confused with it. So this is what about the particular section, and this is how color helps you to identify lots of things, and Quantsapp is trying to put more colors into to make your data analyst time to reduce, because doing data analysis and doing with the help of this easy work, sophisticated works, makes your works easy to make your better sense of the taking trade. So same ways you can select for any of these stocks, you can see any FNO stock you want to see. Then you have the chart. So if I say if I have Nifty, so after if I want to go, so we'll take this part baad mein, I'll tell you why. Then you have the expiry, for which particular expiry you want to see the data. Then it has the non remove zero. So कभी कभी क्या होता है ना, I'll show you. If you see here, there are some point जैसे 11,900 के strike पे, I don't think there is something. So what this remove zero do, ये वो स्ट्राइक्स हटा देता है जहां पे कोई कॉल या पुट नहीं है, जहां पे कोई एक्शन ही नहीं है, जहां पे कोई ओपन इंटरेस्ट नहीं है कॉल या पुट के. सो दिस इज व्हाट इट हेल्प्स इन. इफ आई क्लिक नॉन जीरो, सो अभी वो सारी स्ट्राइक्स हटा देगा जहां पे कोई ओआई नहीं है. सो दिस इज व्हाट. देन यू हैव द टेबल व्यू. टेबल व्यू में आप देख सकते हैं कि किस स्ट्राइक में कितना कॉल है, कितना पुट है, बड़ा है या कम हुआ है. So for the increase in call, you can see in the increase in OI, you can see in the green. Decline in the OI, you can see in the red. So this is how you can do. Now we'll come to the second part, not the second part, but where you can see in the histogram. Now here, rather than looking at a one particular strike and then analyzing it, now you can see also and gauge your idea that if you want to say that मेरा ये निफ्टी का ओपन इंटरेस्ट का टूल है, ठीक है। मैंने बोला कि ये सारे ग्रीन मेरे कॉल राइटर्स हैं, रेड इंडिकेट माय पुट्स, ग्रीन इंडिकेट्स माय कॉल, ऑरेंज डॉटेड लाइन दिस इज माय फ्यूचर प्राइस, सो आई कैन से कि मेरा फ्यूचर प्राइस है, दिस इज माय कॉल, दिस इज माय पुट। तो ये तो रही बात आज की, जो अभी एट प्रेजेंट उस टाइम पे टाइम चल रहा होगा उसके, या फिर ईओडी डेटा। सो वी आर लुकिंग एट द ईओडी डेटा, and this side is the change in open interest, and this is what the most important thing in the open interest part, and this is the tool which I do use a lot and lot of time in the market time hours, and I tell you the reason. So कभी कभी क्या होता है ना कि there is no action in the market, and sudden suppose I want to see कि आज 27 तारीख है और सुबह 10 बजे से, so let's take सुबह 10 बजे से OI कैसे चेंज हुआ है, मतलब how market participants has changed their bets, whether they were increasing their position or removing their unwinding their positions. So this is my change in open interest, मतलब ये जो open interest है ये तो मेरा static है for that particular time और for that EOD data we are taking. तो 3:30 बजे जो मेरा open interest है ये तो हो रहा, more precisely I want to see कि एक particular time से open interest कैसा change हुआ है। I say कि आज सुबह 10 बजे से there's a call addition और put addition हुआ, but you can see out of the money call there's lots of unwinding that happened, in the money put यहाँ पे भी बहुत unwinding हो रहा है, they are removing, writers are removing their position and coming down, I can see. So this is what you can analyze. Now if I want to say कि अभी आज 1 बजे से, so 1 बजे से मुझे भी वही दिख रहा है कि there are more right sorry addition in the call, there are more unwinding in the put that has happened. So this is what it helps you to gauge an idea how the market participants are changing their bets. And I want to bring one disclaimer here, that open interest data changes in every second. Open interest will going to change in every minute, every 5 minutes, every second. So this is the data, this is the time which you are looking for. And suppose you see a particular action that is going on and suddenly the data got changed. So this will going to happen because market participants are, this is all on the market participants where is the highest call, highest put. But I'll tell you that there's a possibility कि अभी आपने data देखा and all got changed. So why that happened? Because market participants ने अपना bet change कर लिया. Now we'll see कि after change, they are changing their bets. Now you can see the how the whether there's an addition or decline or there was a unwinding that is going on. So this is what you can analyze here, how market participants more precisely are looking into the any particular index or stock. And trust me, this gives a good idea, a good belief of analyzing your own traits. Then you have the table view in the last, where you can see open interest, higher or change in open interest. Now we'll move to this particular section. And one more thing I want to bring up, that in the recent time, in I think last 1 week and like I think couple of weeks, we have bought up a lots of uh, updates in the tools, and we have also updated the iOS version, where almost every tool is available now in the iOS. And here there are lots of interlinked tools which we have bought. So suppose we are in the Nifty open interest chart, and from here I want to open the Nifty open interest, I want to open the Nifty price OI chart. I'll directly click on that particular symbol and it will take me to the Nifty future and the OI chart. Now I can see what is that particular thing going on the chart side, how the prices and the OI are going on. You also have the back option, so you don't have to go again to that particular tool. Just have to do back. By doing back, you will directly redirect it to the previous tool from where you have came from. So this is what the new features we have brought up here in the application, in the both iOS and Android in the web. So this is what you can do, and I hope you uh, uh, have got a good hand on the open interest tool, that how you can use this tool and how you can see the data. So we'll take a question answer for this particular tool, and if you have any, please ask me, or we'll after that we'll move to the next tool. Uh, Mr. Ketki, so one question is, what if we want to study OI change for a particular certain period? Is it possible to view that here? So, no, Mr. As of now, it's not possible that to change for a particular period of time. So I think you're talking about the span of time, like from uh, 3 days, like what happened in the previous 3 days into the last 2 days. I think as you are asking, so that particular feature is not available as of now, and we are more into the development. We are still developing our tools, so I'm gonna take this point further ahead. But as of now, you can see from a particular time to the present time. Is there any other question you guys want to ask? So I think we all are clear with this particular section about the open interest, and I am hoping that you all have understood how you can use this tool. So now we'll move to the next tool that we are taking. So we have three options. Either we can take the triggers, or we can take the index contributor and the rollover. So we'll try to take every. So any one of you have ever used this particular tool, option trigger? And I think someone was also asking that they want to know more about the Mr. Rajneesh was asking the in the starting of this session. So I'll just not we'll just have in a view what is option trigger, how you can use that, and what is this particular tool is all about. So if I say, and if I want to know that which is that particular stock which could have or which might have a possible or likely movement. So I'm not saying ki it will have, but I'm saying it could or it might have a possible movement, or there might be possibility that there's no movement. So we're gonna analyze those things. So option trigger is what? Is the option trigger is a point which says ki, okay, there's a possibility that stock can get triggered either on the upside or downside. We're gonna see how, depending on the data. And so if I want to say that कि एक स्टॉक है वो अराउंड अभी 1000 पे चल रहा है, तो उसका 1000 का फ्यूचर प्राइस है, और 990 लाइक नो, सो आई से कि एक स्टॉक है जो 999 पे चल रहा है, 999 पे अभी उसका फ्यूचर का भाव चल रहा है, और 1000 में हाईएस्ट कॉल ओपन इंटरेस्ट खड़ा है. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से कि अगर हाईएस्ट कॉल हुआ है मेरा 1000 पे है और अभी स्टॉक चल रहा है 999, so I want to know whether it will be, whether there will be possibility that stock will go up or go down. That I don't know, nobody can do so, nobody can predict, but I want to know that what are the option data is saying there, whether at that particular time call writers are adding more positions, whether like I mean to say whether there's happening of the call additions, or where there's a call writers are unwinding their position. So there's a both the way. So if I say when you are adding your position, you are more confident about that. See, if I'm writing a call, that I'm more be confident about ki, okay, I don't want prices to go higher than this. But when we do exits our positions, when we are looking forward कि यार यहाँ पे मुझे थोड़ा सा डर लग रहा है and there's a possibility कि stock का movement हो सकता है. So I want to analyze those things. Now, if you have remember in the starting of this session, we have spoken about that there are around 40 or 140 or 144 43 stocks or indices in total in the F&O segment, and it is very like not very possible to track all of them or to check whether at what particular time that stock is near to its highest call or the highest put. So if I say that we are looking here, if I come to option trigger, and these are my all F&O stocks, and below that you can see the future price. So this is the highest call and the highest put. So first we'll look through the highest calls. So if you say, if I want to say what is in, this is the highest call difference in the white, then it's in the yellow, and if you go below, there's nothing in the green side. One in the green. तो ये what it showing, what does it indicating? So ये बताता है कि अगर फ्यूचर प्राइस और कॉल डिफरेंस. सो इफ आई से लेट्स से कि एक स्टॉक है जो जिसका भाव अभी चल रहा है फ्यूचर प्राइस 100 पे, और उसका हाईएस्ट कॉल 5% के ऊपर है, मतलब 105 के ऊपर है, तो इज शोइंग इन दी वाइट, मतलब उसका हाईएस्ट कॉल और फ्यूचर प्राइस के बीच में थोड़ा डिफरेंस है, मे बी मोर देन 5%. सेम वे कि अगर स्टॉक चल रहा है अराउंड 100 पे और उसका हाईएस्ट कॉल है वो 94 पे, दैट्स ऑल अगेन अ 5% डिफरेंस. तो अगर फ्यूचर प्राइस और हाईएस्ट कॉल के बीच में 5% से ऊपर से ज्यादा का डिफरेंस है, सो दैट इज बीन इंडिकेटेड इन दी वाइट. एंड इफ आई से कि अगर फ्यूचर का भाव और कॉल डिफरेंस या पुट डिफरेंस इज बिटवीन 2 to 5%, मतलब फ्यूचर चल रहा है आपका 100 पे और हाईएस्ट कॉल खड़ा है 103 पे, मतलब 3% का डिफरेंस है दोनों के बीच में. सो दैट विल बी इंडिकेटेड इन दी येलो. तो येलो क्या बता रहा है कि अगर डिफरेंस 2% से लेकर 5% के बीच में, फ्रॉम 2% to 5%, positive side, negative side, that has been indicated in the yellow. So TVS Motors पे we can see that future चल रहा है 531 पे almost, and strike है 520 का, मतलब highest call नीचे खड़ा है future के TVS के future price से. So I can say negative 2.5%. Now if I say कि यार 0 से 2% के बीच में कोई स्टॉक है, सॉरी डिफरेंस है हाईएस्ट कॉल एंड द फ्यूचर प्राइस का, सो वो चीज बताई गई है ग्रीन में. दैट मीन कि वो स्टॉक और कॉल ऑप्शन या पुट ऑप्शन का जो डिफरेंस है वो काफी पास में. सो आई थिंक वी आर क्लियर विद द व्हाइट, येलो एंड द ग्रीन इंडिकेटर्स. आई एम सॉर्टिंग द डेटा and we'll sort it near to the call first. So we did sort it out. Now you can say that UBL, TCS and McDowell's, ये तीन ऐसे स्टॉक हैं at present which are very near to their highest call. And let's take TCS. Let's take UBL. Interesting. UBL का भी फ्यूचर भाव चल रहा है 1310 पे, और हाईएस्ट कॉल ऑप्शन है 1300 पे. हाईएस्ट कॉल ऑप्शन पे यू कैन से देयर इज अ डिक्लाइन इन द ओआई, और मैं अपनी पोजीशन तभी निकालता हूं जब मुझे वहां पे डर लगता है. कॉल राइटर्स, ये कॉल राइटर्स थे, ये कॉल राइटर्स खड़े हैं 61,600. यहाँ पे ऑलमोस्ट 50% से ओआई डिक्लाइन हुआ है. मतलब कॉल राइटर्स आर फीलिंग अ लॉट ऑफ नर्वसनेस, दे आर रिमूविंग देयर पोजीशंस. एंड कॉल राइटर्स इफ दे आर रिमूविंग पोजीशन, इट मींस कॉल राइटर्स हमेशा चाहता है कि जिस लेवल पे उसने राइटिंग करी है उस लेवल के कॉल राइटर चाहता है कि उससे स्टॉक नीचे ही रहे, और मेरा उसका उस पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक का भाव आउट ऑफ द मनी, पर्टिकुलर स्ट्राइक आउट ऑफ द मनी हो जाए, ताकि वो अर्न कर पाए प्रीमियम. अगर कॉल राइटर ही नर्वस हो रहा है तो दे आर फीलिंग कि ओके यहाँ पे पॉसिबिलिटी कि हो सकता है कुछ, माइट बी पॉसिबिलिटी, हो सकता है नहीं हो सकता है, डेट टू डिपेंड. पर आई कैन सी यहाँ पे सम nervousness that the call writer is facing or they are feeling. सेम वे TCS 3268 का भाव चल रहा है फ्यूचर प्राइस. हाईएस्ट कॉल खड़ा है आपका 3250 पे. यू कैन से देयर इज अ स्लाइटली मार्जिनली 6% डिक्लाइन. मैकडॉवल 647 का फ्यूचर भाव है. स्ट्राइक चल रहा है 600, हाईएस्ट कॉल 650. यू कैन सी यहाँ पे भी कॉल राइटर्स आर फीलिंग स्लाइटली नर्वस, एंड अराउंड 16.5% से कॉल राइटिंग अनवाइंडिंग हुई यहाँ पे. So this is what this option triggers help you to identify which are the stocks. Now we have identified UBL, TCS, McDowell's are near to their highest call. Sorry. And at this particular level, you can see ki how the writers. So we are looking towards the call. So this is the call writers, what they are doing here, whether they are feeling nervousness, whether they are feeling more confidence, whether. So if you are feeling more confident, you're gonna increase your position. If you are feeling more nervousness, you're gonna remove your position. And now if I look from the put side, so we'll now sort the data according to put. We'll go down. Okay. So there are here lots of stocks. Nestle India, Bharti Airtel, Infi. This is very close to it. ONGC, ICICI. So now you can see these are the stocks. So if I say let's take Bharti Airtel. Bharti Airtel का भी भाव चल रहा है 571, और हाईएस्ट पुट OI जो हाईएस्ट पुट स्ट्राइक है दैट्स इन 570, वेरी नियर टू इट. एंड इस भाव पे यू कैन सी कि जो पुट राइटर्स हैं दे आर रिमूविंग देयर पोजीशंस. ऑलमोस्ट 38-40% से पुट राइटर्स ने अपनी पोजीशन से यहाँ पे निकाली है. So they are feeling slightly nervousness in this particular strike. Ki they are feeling more heat and they are feeling more nervousness. That's why they are reducing their position from this particular strike. Then Infi, same, 1306 का भाव चल रहा है, 1300 पे हाईएस्ट पुट है, एंड यू कैन सी कि यहाँ पे ऑलमोस्ट 45% से कॉल राइटर्स ने अपनी पोजीशंस निकाले, तो मतलब ऑलमोस्ट हाफ ऑफ द कॉल राइटर्स हैव रिमूव देयर पोजीशन. So this is what it helps you to find out कि in which stock, अगर वो स्टॉक अपने हाईएस्ट कॉल या पुट पे है, तो how the market participants are uh, building their position, whether they are unwinding it, whether they are adding more position to it. So this is what about the option triggers, and this is what where you can analyze lots of things regarding the market participants and their bets on the particular stock or particular strike. So this was about the option trigger. If you have any question, so you can take it. So we'll take one by one. So this OI is actual volume or contracts. Mr. Manish, so OI either can be in the contracts or number of shares. Here you can see in the number of shares. If you take the contract, that's altogether volume. So volume is the number of shares or volume contracts traded. So this is the number of shares. Then Mr. Rajneesh, are these data also updated every 5 minutes? Yes, Mr. Rajneesh. Mm, Mr. JK, please show for the next month. Okay, I'll take that. So if I see, oh sorry. So this is the data for the next month. Here, just you have to change your expiry, and you can see. And so next month, like expiry is long. You still have a 1 month. Market participants might change their bets anytime, so that's a long way to look into. Still, as you want to see, you can change your expiry, and even you want to search for a specific symbol. Let's take ICICI Bank. I just did randomly, I had no idea. mm, so you can see, I just search for the ICICI. You can see the how where are their highest call, highest put, and how the market participants are changing their bets into it. Any other questions that you want to take? Mr. Manish, it is real time data always changing. Sorry, I didn't understand your question. So the OI always change, like how the market participants are placing their bets. It's showing that. So if in a particular stock or index, it's suppose any market participants are placing more bets, so you will see that data, and you will able to analyze that through. So it's just that. Then please explain PNB. It's not. Oh, okay. So sorry for that point. I didn't able to. Sorry, I didn't take that point. So in concept tool, if you see any stock that has been, as in we can say sale and PNB, it has been in the red. So it says that this two stocks is in the ban period. Sorry, ban list. So if you say this sale and PNB, these two particular stock in the ban list. I hope I have cleared your doubt. So for the PNB, can I guess? Can I guess 30 is the support and 40 is the resistance? So this is my future price of PNB at 33.3. 40 is your resistance because it's the highest call, and 30 is your support level. We can also analyze it more if I go open interest. So now from directly from there, I can go to the open interest tool. 33, but you can also see at 36, there's slight of immediate resistance you can see, and your resistance is 40 at 40 highest call. You can see still there's a slight of immediate resistance which you might face here. And one is at 30, so this is your support level. So you can also see and analyze where is your immediate resistance or support. So I have a question, one more question. How we can find open interest built up long or short? So you just have to go to the built up section. You go and go to the script and symbol, and here for the all FNO stock, you can see the what kind of build up that is going on, whether it's a indices Nifty, Bank Nifty, or all the FNO stock. Here you can search for a particular sector. Suppose Bank Nifty stocks. So you can see the all the Bank Nifty stocks. You can see what kind of build up that is going on in that particular stock. I think I'm clear with this particular point as well. Now we'll take the index contributor as our last tool. Sorry, we'll take the stop and target. My bad. So stop and target. So the if you have noticed here, it has been written daily stop and target, and this is just a normal tool, but it comes with a which gives you a significant idea. So say you are looking into okay, what can be your daily stop and target for your any stock or indices. Suppose in the derivative segment, rather, so in the derivatives we see about the volatility. So if I want to say that the volatility of a stock is 20%, so I can say ki there's a chances that stock can move on the 20% upside or the downside in the next period of time, 1 year of period of time, if I'm looking for the annual volatility. Now I want to see कि एक दिन में कितना जा सकता है. So we are more into the data analysis, data driven. So I'm taking the 1 day volatility of all these stocks or the indices, and on the based on that I'm calculating my lower and the upper bound. So if I say taking on the 1 day volatility, if I say Nifty, so Nifty future is 13980, 1 day volatility, and based on that I'm looking at the lower and the upper bound. So these are the volatility based stop and target levels, which I would say which makes more practical sense to look into, because volatility is telling you the how much a stock can move. So taking the 1 day volatility, I may say this could be my conservative or moderate or my aggressive levels, lower bound and the upper bound. So daily stop and target is a very simple tool, but it's just giving you the what could be your stop and target guide for it on a daily basis. So that's on an intraday basis. So here you can see for all the FNO stock, and if you are keen towards a particular stock, you can also search here. So I say ITC. I can say ITC 210 का फ्यूचर भाव है, 204 मेरा कंजर्वेटिव फर्स्ट लेवल 202 और 200 पे मेरा लोअर बाउंड है. ऑन दी अपर साइड 212, 214, 216 के आसपास मेरा अपर बाउंड मतलब upper level is. So these are the volatility based lower and the upper bound. And I would like to take the rollover as well. This is going to be our last tool. And like if you have any question for the daily stop and target, you can take. So I think we all are clear with the daily stop and target guide tool. Now we'll see into the rollover because expiry tomorrow is the expiry. Tomorrow is the 20th, Thursday. So we'll want to see rollover. So if you any of you can tell me what is rollover and how do you see this data? So for just making this section more session more interactive, if anyone can contribute like what is rollover, so we can see. So I'm waiting for your answers, guys, and I would really appreciate if you can somebody can help me out. Okay, somebody is saying cost of carry. Somebody told rollover is shifting. Okay, so I'll tell you. Yes, yes, absolutely. It has some cost of carry. So I'll tell you about the rollover. So if I say we all, I think in our life we have all have taken any insurance policy ever. And क्या होता है ना इंश्योरेंस किसी भी प्रकार का मे बी बाइक इंश्योरेंस व्हीकल इंश्योरेंस लाइक ऑटो इंश्योरेंस आई आई वुड टू से और एनीथिंग सो क्या होता है जैसे एक साल हो गया अभी वो इंश्योरेंस खत्म होने वाला है एंड इंश्योरेंस खत्म होने का जैसे एक साल का इंश्योरेंस अभी वो खत्म होने वाला है एंड नाउ इंश्योरेंस को इंश्योरेंस एजेंट क्या बोलता है एक तो एक काम करो सर या तो आप इसको रिन्यू करवा लो या तो ये लैप्स हो जाएगा तो मैंने क्या किया मैंने उसको रिन्यू करवा लिया तो जो मेरा इंश्योरेंस एक साल का था उसको मैंने एक और साल के लिए बढ़ा लिया ठीक है अगर मैं उसको लैप्स करता तो वो खत्म हो जाता फिर मुझे नया इंश्योरेंस बनाना पड़ता बट बाय पेइंग रिन्यूअल फी मतलब एक छोटा सा रिन्यूअल फी पे करके मैंने क्या करा जो मेरा एग्जिस्टिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था उस 1 सेकेंड ओके एंड फिर उसको मैंने नेक्स्ट एक्सपायरी के लिए फॉरवर्ड कर दिया सॉरी फॉरवर्ड कर दिया बोल रहा उसको मैंने नेक्स्ट एक्सपायरी के लिए रोल ओवर कर दिया सो बी सेम वे इन द फ्यूचर्स कॉन्ट्रैक्ट सो सपोज यू हैव अ फ्यूचर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड यू आर होल्डिंग अ फ्यूचर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट तो आप क्या करेंगे फ्यूचर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट को नेक्स्ट मंथ के लिए रोल ओवर कर देंगे सो यू डोंट हैव टू again do all the buying and selling I just have to pay a small fee for the rollover so that phase called the rollover cost अभी rollover cost कैसे आएगा so rollover cost is what rollover cost is just the difference of your next future expiry और अभी future कितना चल रहा है so I'm paying that amount of money it will be get adjusted with my account so रोल ओवर में क्या हुआ अभी जो मेरे पास फ्यूचर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था मैंने उसको नेक्स्ट एक्सपायरी के लिए रोल ओवर कर दिया बाय पेइंग अ स्मॉल फी दैट इज कॉल्ड द रोल ओवर फी. अभी रोल ओवर फी कितना मैं दे रहा हूँ वो डिपेंड करेगा कि आपका नेक्स्ट एक्सपायरी में और इस एक्सपायरी में कितना डिफरेंस है. So that going to be the additional amount of money that will be I might be paying or receiving. Most of these stocks are in the positive side in the rollover cost and some of the in the negative side. तो negative क्यों होता है rollover cost? इसलिए क्योंकि मान लीजिए अभी चल रहा है किसी स्टॉक का फ्यूचर एट 100 और नेक्स्ट मंथ का फ्यूचर चल रहा है एक्सपायरी का 99. तो देयर इज अ फ्यूचर जो चल रहा है वो 1 रुपए कम पे एट प्रेजेंट. सो that is the reason why the rollover cost in the negative or the rollover cost in the positive. So I think we have taken the overview of the rollover, understood what is rollover and rollover cost. Now here we're gonna see what the data you can see, what are the things which you can have and looking into it. So if I say आज 28 जनवरी एक्सपायरी है, मुझे देखना है कि मार्केट पार्टिसिपेंट्स ने कितने उनके कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स इस महीने से नेक्स्ट एक्सपायरी एक एक्सपायरी से दूसरी एक्सपायरी पे गई. तो आई हैव टू ऑप्शन. आई कैन गो टू द 25th of Feb. I can say for the Nifty rollover is almost 42% and Bank Nifty rollover is around almost 50%. So lots of the market participants have done the rollover. And below that you can see all the FNO stocks which have the their rollover cost and rollover percentage. Now you can also see for the weekly. So Fin Nifty has a weekly expiry as well, so you can see for the Fin Nifty as well. This is a normal rollover. Then if you want to analyze the data, if you want to see कि एक एक दिन में rollover कैसे हुआ है, कितना कितना हुआ है, so you can also see through here. If you have noticed कि rollover, I'll change the graph from here. So we are more into the line graph now. Sorry, bar graph. You can see last month rollover was very low. Sorry, this is PNB. So that's what I'm thinking, like how it can be so low. So you can see कि एक्सपायरी के एक दिन पहले का रोल ओवर ये 27th है, आज एक्सपायरी है. सो एक्सपायरी के एक दिन पहले का रोल ओवर इज 42%. पर लास्ट टाइम जो रोल ओवर हुए थे दैट्स 57. उसके पहले 62, 63, अगेन 52. सो एक्सपायरी के एक दिन पहले का जो रोल ओवर हुआ है आज दैट्स वेरी इन द लो साइड. एंड डेली यू कैन सी कि how many rollover has happened on the daily basis, date wise, rollover cost and prices of the Nifty or that particular future symbol you are looking for. And then you have the historical data for the rollover where you can see on the monthly wise कि एक महीने में rollover कैसा हुआ है, how much rollover has been taken on the monthly wise from one expiry to the other expiry. So this is what about the rollover. And I think so. Is there any question regarding the rollover? So I have a question. How to find cumulative future OI from the tool? You showed a chart earlier in the session. Was it cumulative OI? So we'll again go here to the built up section. So I think Mr. Sagar Vimal, you were asking about these stocks, I think. Cumulative OI as in, I would say, this is my future OI. How you can find the cumulative OI? So this is the OI. So, Mr. Sagar, if I say, so this is the OI of the 25th, and this is the OI for the 27th. So you can see the cumulative OI, no, sorry, not just the OI on that particular day. What is the OI on that particular day? If you go to absolute OI, you can see the changes that happened in the OI, whether the OI is increased or decreased, and the absolute change in the percentage term, how much percentage the OI is increased. And if you can say Nifty, that's this is for Nifty, and you can see for the other stocks. I think it has been cleared. Some other question. Mr. Manish has asked some other question on a ban OI. Can I? Yeah, yeah, sure, Mr. Manish, you can take your questions. How does a stock go to 110% ban? Sorry, Mr. Manish, but I didn't understand your question. So, Mr. Harish, we have sorry, how to interpret rollover data. So, rollover data is telling you, suppose, uh, so just some there are some normal things which I take to analyze these things. So, suppose there are lots of rollover happening, and suppose there are 100 people in the in a like suppose there are 100 people in the insurance company, and let's take not in the insurance company normal scenario. If you have something and if you want to hold it for a longer period of time, and that shows that you are confident enough, you know that this thing is going to benefit me. Okay, you are holding it. And if you think, if you have something, if you have insurance policy, and if you think no, this is not working out, and this insurance policy won't hold, I don't want it, so you what you do after on the when it's going to lapse, you are going to remove the like not to remove but will exit from the insurance policy. So that's a way when you are holding a future contract and you are rolling over to the next month as well. So it says that you are more confident that the position you have taken, whether long, short, whatsoever, and you are rolling forward to the next expiry, so still you are confident that as per your trade, as per your what you are thinking, the things will happen as per you. So this is what it can, you can interrupt that how many of the market participants still hold their positions for the next month. So this is a which I interrupt and lots of thing into it. Mr. Manish has asked, we have restriction on trading ban. How does the open interest go up sometimes? What is sale and PN open interest now? Okay, so so we have a tool called ban list. In the tool section, you can go and see here. You can see sale and PNB open interest data. So today's closing market wide position limit for the sale. So the sale for the previous was 113%, and the current was in 110%. So if any stock, I think, which crosses the limit of 95%, that goes into the securities ban period. So if the market wide position limit has crossed 95%, so it takes on the EOD data, the day wise if increasing. So next day, suppose, so if you are seen in the possible entrance, you can see the idea. Today, for the today current day, the market current market wide position limit is at 100%. It is more than 95%. But if you say the previous means, I think 25th we had the trading day. On the trading on 25th, the previous MWPL market wide position limit was at 83%. It did not breach the level of 95%. But today, lots of positions has been built up in the idea in this particular day, and the OI has the position limit has reached to 100%. So now today tomorrow you will say अगर ये फिर भी 95% के ऊपर रहा, can ban, you can see that the can bank previous market wide position limit as around 76%, but today it went to almost 98-99%. सो आज तो इसका ट्रेडिंग खुला था, आज तो इसमें लोगों ने ट्रेड किया होगा, सेम विन द सेल। तो सेल का जो 113% है वो उसके पहले 95% के कम होगा, तो देयर वाज नो बैन। एंड जब वो मे बी ऑन द मंडे देयर वाज लॉट्स ऑफ पोजीशन बिल्ट अप, वो पोजीशन में आया, आज वो बैन में आ गया। आज कैसे बैन में आया? क्योंकि प्रीवियस उसका 95% के ऊपर क्लोज हुआ। आज यू कैन सी देयर वाज अ डिक्लाइन बाय 3%, almost 3%, I think 3 or 4%. There's a decline in the position limit. So now you can't trade, but you can remove your position. So when the security is in the ban, you can't trade, but you can remove the position. So same way, when the idea will come into the ban list, I mean, there's a possibility जब कल market खुलेगा, there's a possibility कि idea could be in the ban list, फिर वहां से position decline होगी। So same what happened to the sale, that before entering into the ban period in the day wise, so the stock will go in the ban period in the next day. Suppose कल को इसका अगर 95% से ऊपर रहता है, so it will be on the ban idea. So this is what ban list tools provides you. And if you have seen here in the PNB, so PNB was in the ban. Okay, so now for getting out of the ban list, the stock has to the market wide position limit of that particular stock has to go below the 80%. Entering is 95%, but once it had entered, the market wide position limit should go below to 80%. Now if you have seen today, the previous was 85.49, almost 86, 85 and half. Day before 25th, today it came to 80%, below 80%. टुडे इट वाज इन बैन पीरियड बिकॉज वो अभी 80% के नीचे नहीं आया। जब वो 80% के नीचे आएगा 76 79.6, now you can see it shows possible exits here. So PNB is one of it. PNB can come out of the ban period. So tomorrow morning it can come out of the ban period. Possibility depends. So I think Mr. Manish, I have cleared. Mr. Harish, can you repeat your question? Is there any cut-off percentage which is considered significant? Like in what sense you are asking? If you can repeat one more time. So I think we have taken almost every question today, and I hope you have enjoyed the today's demo session. And I believe that you will make most out of these tools in your upcoming days. And this was about the today's session. And if you still have any question or query, you can also contact with the advisors, or you can also mail us on the support@quantsapp.com. We are very open to the suggestions. I have taken few suggestions from the today's session as well, which I can take further ahead. And we are also open to the feedbacks, so you can also provide the feedback about the demo session to your advisors. And you can also mail us to the support@concept.com for any particular further query. and for the more information. And I hope you have enjoyed the today's session, and we're gonna look further. Like we come with a regular basis regarding the tools demo. Please join us on a regular basis. You will have a handy knowledge of these particular tools, how to use them, how to make it more efficiently use them, how to use this data. And most, I would say, these are in the analytical side. And believe me, I have seen taking a trade, taking not taking in a trade is a wise decision rather than taking any blind eye trade. So doing your data analysis, data driven approach goes much better rather than doing any blind trade. So analyzing that, the significance of the market participants, significance of the data driven approach comes more practical and the more wise approach than doing anything. So I'm hoping you have enjoyed, you have learned something new about the concept tool, and be with us. And you can also follow us on the various social media platform like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And the YouTube, we come very live, come, I think almost every Saturday we come have a webinar on different tools, which you can come and join us on every Saturday, sorry, or every Saturday from 10 to almost 10, 11:30 to 12. We discuss more about the tools, how you can use them. We have the regular webinars. More precisely, on the YouTube, we have also posted a lots of uh, two videos regarding the various strategies, how to use them, how you can use those strategies. You can understand the basics of options as well. So be get yourself connected to the YouTube as well. If you search a Quantsapp in the YouTube, you will find our channel, and there's lots of things we do post in the YouTube as well. So that's all from the today's demo session, and we'll see you. Thank you for that, for your time.